Critter's new invoicing system is just going to be released, and so I want to walk you through what these changes are so you can see and understand what's going to be different in the new release. So you create your trip like you normally would, no changes there, and I'll create a few clients and observers so I can show you here. This is just like normal. You click on the Create Booking button though, and there's a key change. So right off the bat, you'll notice that we went from 4 different steps, which was party composition, extras, licenses, and invoices, to just one page. So we're trying to simplify that. Here up at the top, you'll notice all the details about the trip. You'll see that this is in quotes, and it'll give you the expiration date for this quote. So if you want to change that, if you're like, no, I don't want this to expire to then, you can come in here and change the expiration date right from the booking itself. So you're in control of the expiration date a little more. You'll still see the booking ID. You'll still see the party with a little pencil here. You can edit this and reduce the numbers if you want. Same with arrival and departure dates. You can also edit those and make those changes, and the location. So that's all editable easily from the top here. What used to be at the top is some other things have moved to the bottom. For example, primary contact is now moved to the bottom, as well as travel plans and paperwork are now moved to the bottom, and they should stay there at the bottom for you to view this. So what you would normally do in the old process still continues. You're going to come over here and you're going to click on this button and you're going to add a client. So let's add, I'll add myself here. And you find them, this is exactly the same as it used to be. Simply add the client. You just need a name and email, and it'll automatically update the primary contact. Now you'll notice as soon as you add the client, it automatically creates kind of the default invoice for that client. You'll see it pop up here. And so this invoice is based on the basic settings that you have in Critter. You can add more things like extras, licenses, special licenses, and harvest fees right here if they're going on to that invoice. So if you're like, okay, well, we need to add a license, you can come in here, add whatever licenses you want, and they'll add to the invoice here. So this is how you can modify and adjust your invoices. So it's just one invoice now instead of multiple invoice. It's just one invoice. And instead of having multiple invoices for each time you want to get paid, you actually just click on that button, flip this over, and it'll show you the payment requests here. So based on your settings, this will give you the payment requests. So you can add, edit, delete, remove, or alter these payment requests however you want. So this is your first deposit. In this case, it's $5,000 on the 27th. And then I've got a little one for $59.85, which I think is when I added those licenses, and I don't want that separated. So I'm going to actually just delete that. Now watch what happens. As soon as I delete that, that amount just drops here into the balance payment, which is this final one here. So, and you'll notice it can't be deleted. So I can delete this one, bang, it pushes that money into this one. And if I want to add a payment request, maybe I want to break this up, and you can break it up into as many as you want, right? So you can say, okay, I want $1,000. That's the date. I'm doing this wrong. So maybe I want to get paid February 1st, and I want to get $1,000. I can simply add that in there. And so it's going to pull that out of this balance and create this payment request right here. And you can do that as many times as you want or need. And if you want to reduce this one, you can simply come in here. Let's say we wanted to change this to 4,000 and confirm that. Bang, it just moves any balance down into here. And you can, of course, edit the due date here, or you can click on edit here and change the due date here for the other one. Notice there are, you can add custom invoices here if you want, but this is just for the first person I've added. So let's add some other people and we'll see what else happens. So let's add another client. I think I've got a Bob in here. Here, we'll add Bobby Boone in here. We just add this client, just like we did before. Bang, they pop up in here, and now, bang, Bobby Boone's invoice pops in out here. Now watch. Notice that if I go back to this invoice, this amount changed, right? Because now I went from a one-on-one hunt to a two-on-one hunt. So the pricing model changed based on the price change because I changed my my party composition over here. I changed who was coming, right? And so this one guide is guiding these two guys. It's a 2-on-1, whatnot. If I want to change that back, I can come here, add a guide group, and you can click and drag these. You can just click on this and pull it down and drop it into the other one. So you can move them around. You don't have to delete them or anything. You drop them. Well, look at immediately what happened. You see the price change and alter and adjust. And so the pricing is changing based on how you set it up. Now you can still add, if you want to add a temporary or offline client, that's possible. Now in this case, we're just going to add observers. We'll just put Jim Brooksy, and they're an observer, and they're this is the one who's coming along. So you're adding the observer in here, and it'll produce an invoice for that observer. There it is right there, appropriately. And we know from this little red tag that that's a temporary person. We don't actually have their email. If you want to add an actual observer, you can just click on this and type in their name. I think there is a Jim. Let's see if there's, no Jim. There's a Jordan. Let's put up Jordan. And we can add them into our into our party composition here. Okay, and you can still edit these. Like you can click on this and you can swap this person or delete them and remove them and add them, etc., etc. So the party composition, it's a little easier now. You can drag and drop, add guide ratios and whatnot, and add temporary people as needed. Now you're looking at these invoices, and it could get to be quite a few, especially if you have a lot of people on there. You can actually come up into here and you can filter through them. So you'll be like, okay, I need to see Jim's invoice. So you click on this and it filters it out. There's Jim's invoice. You can see it here. You can come in here and you can change, you can apply a discount or remove this from there, depending on how you want to do it. This is all up to you. Add items, etc., etc. And you can see all the possible things you can do to this invoice right here. Okay, and of course, flip it over and see the payment requests as per the basic setup, as I've shown you. So you can use this filter to kind of see who all's coming. You can also filter out just all the clients, so you're only looking at client invoices. And you can also filter out just all the observers so that you can see all the observer invoices. So these are some pretty key changes here. Remember down here at the bottom, you still see the travel plans, you still see the managed paperwork. All the trip information is contained up here. Everything looks good, ready to go. And when you're satisfied with this is done, you click on Save and Exit, Send Draft Invoices, and you're done. And it's shipped that off to the client and sent them an email, and you've basically created a quote. And so that's the most important change. This is intended to make your life a whole lot easier so that you can, if I come back in here and edit it and go back to look at this, so you can very quickly go through this, and it's not 4 steps now, it's 1 step, adding items right here, instead of adding them in separate steps, and controlling your party composition here on the left at the same time as viewing the invoices. And most importantly, 1 invoice now with payment requests that you can control to make up how you want to receive money. And of course, the ability to create and add custom invoices. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the new changes to Critter. I think they're very exciting, and I think they're going to improve both your experience and your client's experience. We're trying to respond to what you as outfitters ask of us here in Critter, and so we hope you enjoy the new changes. Thank you.